Hello and thank you for watching. This is STSC back again with LEGO Transformers Dark of the Moon Ratchet. Here we have Ratchet in his Hummer mode, and I feel like it's maybe a little bit abstract. I don't think it looks bad per se, I just don't know if someone could guess offhand that this is a Hummer. I did try and fit as many details as I could, like the little vent on the top of the hood, of course the lights, the bars up here, and the spare tire, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get the cage at this scale, and I think that really hurts the look. That being said, I do like how this front end looks with the little bumper here. It's just not quite Ratchet without the cage. Looking at him in profile, I think the rear tire is a little far forward, but that's mostly for robot mode placement. In the back, I've given him two rear windshields, but unfortunately it is kind of gappy. There's these holes here and this hole here, just due to how this transforms. For a size comparison, here we have a minifigure. And here we have Lockdown. And I think this vehicle mode scale works pretty well. That's all there is to say about the Hummer mode, so now it's time to transform. And here we have Ratchet in his robot mode, and I have to say I'm really happy with how accurate I was able to get his upper torso, with the real lights on his collar and the wheels on his shoulder. Unfortunately, the lights do require a bit of a, well, messy backpack, though his heels are big enough to support the weight, so I don't really mind too much. But let's just turn him back around, because it's kind of unsightly. Ratchet's forearms end up with a bit of an odd shape to them, but if I remember correctly, his wrists in the movie are bent at a weird angle, so I feel like it's not too out of place on the design. I tried to fit as much detail as I could into the legs, including the little light gray center and the heel spurs hanging off the sides. For a size comparison, here we have Ratchet with a minifigure, with Lockdown, and last but not least, with Ironhide. And as you can see, they're pretty much the same height. I've built two accessories for Ratchet, his gun and his buzzsaw. The gun simply clips into his hand, and I think it does a decent job of integrating into the wrist. You can also clip the buzzsaw into his hand, or peg it onto his elbow. For articulation, Ratchet's head can look left and right. At the shoulders, he has a universal joint, which allows forward and back, and a little bit of up and down, though it can clash with the lights here. At the elbow, he has a hinge for a 90-degree bend, as well as a second hinge that goes inward, and you can swivel at the elbow as well. For the legs, he has a universal hip, which allows him to kick forward and back, as well as in and out. At the knees, he has a hinge that allows for pretty tight bend, and at the feet, he has a tiny bit of ankle pivot, which allows for just the slightest A-stance. Ratchet's articulation is nothing special, but I find it gets the job done, and I don't think there's really many more poses I'd want to put him in. That's all I have to say about Ratchet, so I'll see you next time.